Live, sir.
That's the brother, huh? We live?
All
right, Most High in Christ. Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Yahweh Shema Alathan, Baal Shem Yahushai. Thursday night class, Captain Shapon the Pause. What's going on? I'm glad to be here, man. Clap it up. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ. Glad to be here, man. It's been a minute. You know what I mean? But as usual, man, duty calls. Duty calls. This nation is in needs of the soldiers to be on deck, man, to be putting out this word, because for sure the enemy is coming through the walls with the evil that he promotes. All over the place, man. All over the wherever you can look, where any kind of media. When the scriptures say he the prince of the air, you got to know it's talking about the oppressor, the enemy of the Lord, the one that's in rulership right now over this empire, man, right here. That's why the scriptures say we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Pull that, if you could. You know what I mean? We're going to get it in a little bit. I'm open to whatever conversation y'all want to have right now. You know what I mean? Got a few things I'm going to touch upon as we proceed along with the class, man. But just to let you know, the type of evil that's being pushed, the evil on the TV, the internet. I mean, and just all around, man. The homosexuality, the drug dealer. I seen a couple of documentaries on drug dealers from back in the day. That's become a little popular thing now. You know what I mean? And interracial marriage. I seen a couple of movies. They promoting these Africans real hard amongst black people, man. And a lot of that's because Africa, the white man's trying to get in a solid foot in Africa. Right. So he's bringing them over here, you know what I mean, giving him, of course, the slaves of America, just like he do every other nation, trying to get up in Africa, them Chinese people up in Africa. It's real heavy, man. The news coming out from that. So we're gonna go and touch upon some things. This senator, this guy running for senator, this brother, he's a snake, and a snake operates how you would least expect it to operate. He's not gonna come at you, but in subtle means. He's gonna sneak up to you and invite you into, the sin against the Lord. And this brother right here, man, is running for senator. I think senator, was it? In Louisiana. This ad is super evil, man. It is super evil. Like when the scriptures say a leader and the subjects if a leader is wicked, then I'm paraphrasing, of course, then the subjects are wicked. The people that's underneath him, you voting for this man, you wicked. You voting, period, you wicked. But we've been always telling you, this is not our society. We should not be giving our spirit to this place, man. This place is evil. You're going to get hurt behind it. You're going to get destroyed. Obey the Lord, man. Obey the commandments of the Most High. I don't give a damn how you feel, what your flesh wants you to do. The Lord is spiritual, man. And obeying him is how you defeat the evil that's being promoted all through this society, man. Right. Can we put it on a big screen? Okay, make it big. Let's check
every
this out
37
right
seconds.
And we're going to examine the spirit of this brother, man. We're going to see what type of spirit this brother's in, man. You can look at the ad and say, oh, he's smoking weed. Most people going to be like, He's smoking weed. Why can't we do it? It must be okay. It's absolutely wrong, man.
Right.
It's absolutely wrong. I don't give a damn what your mind, what your flesh wants. The scriptures is against you smoking anything, man.
Right.
Anything. You understand? So you can make up all kind of excuses. Oh, it's from the earth. Oh, this and that. You know, all kind of different lies people come up with about why they should be able to smoke weed because they're drug addicts.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it is. So go ahead. You can play the video real quick. You got it. All right.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws. Over half of all. Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws. Over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion. Someone is.
We're gonna go into a little bit on that.
Every 37 seconds.
Give me the one Samson. Are you holding that? Is the TV mute? All right, well, whatever. You'll figure it out in a minute. Give me the scripture on Samson. Where is that at? I think it's very important. I wanted to bring out a little bit on Samson too, with this evil right here, and to tie it in, how we went into slavery, all the things that happened to Samson, because Samson was a Nazarite. He was a man that was dedicated to the Lord, meaning he would cut off certain parts of the flesh, or he'd make an oath to the Lord that I won't, certain things I won't do, and take a vow, and when the vow was over, then he would, his time would be up. Well, let's go into that real quick, because it's real heavy. That's a heavy story, man. I was reading that not too long ago, and I was like, damn, some good points.
Right.
And when people read that story, they don't relate it to us, to black people. The Bible is, I don't want to say metaphorically talking about us in stories, man. Go ahead if you could, if whoever got it. You got it?
God, Judges chapter 16 and verse 17.
Go ahead.
And he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there have not come a razor upon my head.
Now go up above that. Please go above that. Y'all know about Samson. Samson, strong man. Delilah was an African. Delilah was an African. And go ahead. Yeah. And go ahead.
If I could, I was just reading a little bit about when he first seen her. And when he went home, like, you could tell it's talking about our people, because he went home and told his mom, and his dad and his mom was like, man, you can't find a woman from
oh man, that's an excellent point. Like, his dad and mom doesn't want him to go seek a wife from another nation.
Right.
That was an excellent point. Pull that. But we're gonna let's get that. Let's get that. That's a good point. And then where you are, where you at, Yadai?
I'm in Judges 16 and 17.
What does it say?
It's like in Judges chapter 17.
It's some good stuff in this story. I might have to go and read the whole damn story. Man, this story is crushing. Go ahead.
You want me to start where he mocked her those 3 times and read on down from there until he finally told her what the weakness was, sir?
Yeah, if you could. I want the part where she kept nagging him. She kept nagging him. I want that, because that's very important, man.
Judges chapter 16.
No, let's get the first part. the brother was talking about the when the family when the mother and father say you couldn't find a woman of your race. Go ahead and read it for me.
The book of Judges, chapter 14, and verse 1. And Samson went down to Timnah and saw a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines.
Of the Philistines, the enemies of God, the ones that hated the Lord, man.
Right.
The ones that always sought to make war with us,
Right.
to overthrow us. And look, I see black people always say, "Oh, them Africans don't like us. They don't get down." Yeah, they don't. They know you not them. They know that they've always had war with you.
Right.
They understand that.
Right.
You the one that don't understand it.
Come.
Go ahead, read on.
Come. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnah of the daughters of the Philistines.
That's the flesh. I seen a woman. These eyes made me look at another woman and forget what the Lord say. And because I have a desire, a want for this woman, which was supposed to be for my nation, now I'm using this for some heathen. You understand? And we're going to see what happens. Read on.
Now, therefore, get her for me to wife.
Now, go get her. I want this woman. Meaning, I have a desire. I want to have this woman as my wife. An African woman. He's a black man. Go ahead.
Then his father and his mother said unto him,
Listen what his father and mother said. Read.
Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren?
Man, is there never a woman amongst the daughters of your brothers? Let me tell you something, man. I don't give a damn how anybody feel about this. Ain't nobody got the interest of another brother's daughter than his family, man. We go through the same goddamn thing. These other nations don't go through what we go through. They don't have the interest of the whole deal. Ask Kanye West. That goddamn Kim, that devil, them devils know what they doing. Them devils got them Israelite kids and using it as a pawn to keep his mind destroyed, man. Destroy that brother's mind. Is there never a daughter amongst your family? You gotta go take this heathen to wife? Go ahead, Don.
Yeah, if I could, sir, but you bring it out so heavy is because, recently, Kim left Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye did that one interview where he said, yeah, we're the 12 tribes of Judah. We Israelites. I'm like, okay, Kanye, but what does Kanye do after Kim leaving? He goes out and gets another younger devil.
I know. Listen, let me tell you something. The information is out there, but coming into school, that's a whole different thing, man.
Right.
I talk to people that say, yeah, I know I ain't in no camp or nothing like that. You ain't supposed to be in no camp. You're supposed to be in the UPK.
Right.
If you really want the truth. These other camps, if you're not in here, you don't understand.
Right.
But they do not hold the truth. They bend whatever to their desire, to a man's desire. But yeah, it's just so prevalent in our society how they destroy us. Go ahead.
If I could, I remember one of the leaders in one of the fake Israelite groups. I'm on Clubhouse for 30 minutes. I don't always like listening to strangers talk. I gotta shut them off sometimes.
What was it on? Who?
It's an app called Clubhouse.
Clubhouse. Okay,
and
go ahead.
The leader of a fake Israelite group told the woman on there she knew about Israelites. She said she liked them Israelites. She said her dad was German from Australia, and he told her that she was going to try to get him.
See what I mean?
Like the leader of the whole school. Like that's what he told her. And I'm sitting there like, there is no reason for you to say that to her unless you like having sex with the other nation's woman. What we going to do right now?
Well, we exactly going into that, man. It's being pushed so hard, man. Mm-hmm. So hard. I heard other Israelite groups letting Africans in, doing all kind of manner of evil, man. telling people they got to be a certain, be like the, like you come looking to serve the Lord, and they tell you where that scripture at? They send you another way to serve the Lord. You know what I mean? Well, go ahead. You had a question?
If I could, the other Israelite group, the fake Israelite group, they let the I.S.U.P. marry their brothers and sisters.
You see that? I mean, it's just it's a weakness. There's no strength in these weak break off groups, man. You know what I mean? And I'll tell you another thing. You labor, you put all your strength and energy and your money in some group, and the group fold, man. That take a lot of, you know what I mean? That damages a lot of people's minds against the scriptures and the things that, against the Lord. In other words, you in this fake group. You done went out, did your little camp, did whatever you do, whatever, paid triple tithes. I know that red and white group was paying triple tithes. That ain't no way around. You know what I mean? All that labor for nothing. You know what I mean? So, just putting that out there. But go ahead, let's read on. Let's get some more of the story.
It says, "Is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines?"
Of the uncircumcised. What does that mean? Of the uncircumcised Philistines. Go ahead.
If I could, is that like calling them like common, like they like everybody else, or call them like dirty?
It is, but come on, man. What was when you say of the uncircumcised Philistines, you got to think about circumcision. Now, what does that mean? What is it? What was the law on circumcision, or what did it mean? Go ahead.
That was like a covenant between Israelites and God to like show like this a child that's in this covenant with the Most High. The Philistines, they don't have that covenant with the Most High.
Go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing. The custom that the Lord gave us, I believe, is after 8 days when you circumcise the.
That's right. Absolutely. Give him a hand. Both of y'all are correct. That circumcision, man, was us showing that we are the covenant people.
Right.
You know what I mean? We the ones that made this a bond with the Lord, man. Here's the Philistines that don't have that covenant, man. You know what I mean? They're outside of the law. They don't understand what all the things that the Lord did with us as a nation. Here's a nation of people that the Lord never dealt with. They don't know what the Lord said, what we went through, and they just heathens. Go ahead.
If I could, David said the same thing about Goliath. He was asking like, who is uncircumcised heathen talking to the children?
That's right, absolutely. That Most High in Christ, man.
Right.
David said the same thing to that African. Who is this uncircumcised? We the children of the circumcision. You know what I mean? Coming up against us. The nerve, the audacity of this heathen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go ahead, read on. Give me some more.
And Samson said unto his father, Get her from me, for she pleaseth me well.
See that? That's a desire, man. Even though they trying to say, man, find a woman amongst your people. He's still making an argument for this woman. He's still lusting after this woman. Because when you disobey the Lord, now you done went to some lust or desire that's against God. Now go down what I want. But that was the excellent point. Because now they pushing these interracial relationships, and they're not pushing it for the other nations. That's geared towards you. That's for to take you, to cast you down off your chair of your seat with the Lord. Go ahead. Go ahead, read on.
It says, but his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord, that he sought an occasion against the Philistines. at the time, the Philistines had dominion over Israel. If I
Go ahead.
if I could, in this first part where it says, "But his father and his mother knew not that it was of the Lord," that's saying like they knew that he wasn't supposed to do that.
Right, they knew that he wasn't supposed to do that. What you mean?
Try to deal with the heathen. Like,
That's right. You were never supposed to deal with the heathen. But this brother right here, his evil sought to go amongst the heathens. In other words, you follow what I'm saying? So we're gonna skip down to the one I'm looking for.
Judges chapter 16 and verse 4. And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came unto her and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him. So
now, Samson, a mighty man. Let me just say this if I could. We right now, because of our captivity, because of our many sins against the Lord, we don't understand how at one time brothers had the strength like this. This is a certain type of power that's given from the Lord to brothers. They possess this type of power, man. You know what I mean? Samson, I believe, it said he pushed down the pillars. He stood and pushed down with his bare hands. You understand? You got to remember, back then it wasn't like these old, I don't know what you call them, these things right here. These were some rock solid pillars. I mean, these was built with all manner of strength. You know what I mean? Like you can imagine how the buildings were back then.
Right.
Go ahead, Aaron.
If I could, so there's this challenge that they do for the Olympics, right? Like the strongmen and the wrestlers do.
Mm-hmm.
I call it like the Olympian challenge, where they have to hold up 2 pillars.
Right.
And like every devil that tried like a couple years ago, they would only be able to hold up these 2 gigantic pillars for like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But it was this brother, I think he was a Judite brother, or he's of the tribe of Benjamin. And he held these pillars for like close to 3 minutes. Holding them up. And the first thing I thought about was Samson knocking them pillars down, because Esau could only hold them up for like 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Here go this brother holding these 2 gigantic pillars up with his bare arms, you know what I mean, for close to 3 minutes, sir.
Right. I mean, we had spiritual strength, man.
Right.
That because of our captivity, we don't understand it, but that strength coming back into the earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have brothers that have all kind of strength, to be able to have all kind of, special powers, spiritual powers, to be able to, do things. You know what I mean? So be able to appear certain places, be able to do certain things, be able to run. You know what I mean? You can imagine us running and jumping now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. But go ahead. Let's read on.
That we may bind him to afflict him. And we give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver.
And we give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. So they looking to bind the strength. And remember that. They want to find out the secret to your strength, to be able to put you in captivity. In other words, if I could, your oppressor does the same thing. He comes amongst you and befriends you to find out the strength, to take away. I'll give you an example. The other day I was watching the food, how they did the Whole Foods. And they looked to find out what foods they can contaminate to give you, so you don't have that strength, while he gets the pure, what do you call that thing when they say, GMOs? Not GMOs, but the what they call it, the like pure, like organic. He gets the organic stuff, the healthy stuff, and feeds you garbage, and that's binding you. That's binding you because why? Your body is not, you know what I'm saying, is not being getting the nutrients that it would get if it was, that's just one way, man. There's so many ways as white man. I mean, this oppressor, binds you. They come amongst you. They want to befriend you, work out with you, find out how you think. You know what I mean? And then to use that against you and come out and appear just like you. You know what I mean? Like you watch some of these what do you call them? Wrestling oh man, what's the name of the thing? Wrestling not WWE, the one where they the cage fight.
Oh, UFC.
UFC. You watch some of those, man, and that devil is just as strong as them brothers. A lot of times. At one time, they could not hang with brothers. You went in the arena with a devil or with an oppressor, he was out of there in no time. But they didn't learn how to wrestle. Them Gracie brothers came out when nobody went hanging with them. But that you teach the wicked one your ways. They didn't hang with you. Now they find out your ways. Got some kind of way they reporting it to each other. Y'all can say what you want, but they just see they find out information, and then before you know it, something is taken away from you, and they using it exclusively for them. If I could, go ahead. If I could.
What's so heavy about what you're bringing out is that's always been the nature of I.S.U.P.
That's right.
They all come with gifts and come talk to you and act like he want to be trade with you.
That's right.
Like he went down to South America. He was cool with them at first. When he first got over to Spain, from Spain to South America, he was cool with them. Then what he would really want to know, where the gold at?
That's right. That's right.
Like our culture, do trade with you. Look, this is what we got. This is what they got.
Act like befriend you. Find out your ways. Maybe you dress just like you.
Right.
I remember that damn Edomite went what is it called, the last samurai, dressing just like them. I mean, wherever he go, he puts on your dress, acts like you, study you. Of course, that woman telling him everything he need to know about you. Right. I remember that when that woman, he met what was the name of that damn explorer? Came and met that woman. She told him all about what they, gave him the whole rundown. He saw, you can imagine what he did with that information. Right. So that's what he does. And if I could, remember back in the day, the white, he didn't know nothing about building and so on and so forth.
Right.
Now he done took all the information and dumbed you down. Right. He owes that information, man. Right. It's like everything that you think in your mind, you think, oh, I'm just relaying some information or whatever. He takes that information, collects it, and then your kids come back in the earth, go to school, and never get taught the things that you knew back then. Right. It never gets handed down to them, and he has the exclusive understanding of it. Now he's looking like, you know what I mean? He's looking like a god over you. Because now you thinking in your mind, this cat know how to do this and that, this and the third. You know what I'm saying? When really, he done stole it from your forefathers and mothers, and now, he got an oppressive system called the educational system, and you have to go to him to have understanding on certain things. Go ahead.
I could. Real quick, what's heavy again about what you're saying. I remember the brothers, coming at the camp, and they was yelling like, y'all got on the white man camouflage. And I got another point.
Well, we about to see the brothers sitting up on here smoking weed with the white man's dress on.
Right.
He got the white man's suit on.
Right.
I don't know if anybody looking at that campaign, look at what type of spirit that brother's in. Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, he was yelling at, and I was like, when you think about it, I.S.U.P. came over here, and they would wear the same color, and they would just be dirty as hell and stand there and shoot at each other. They learned from the tribe of Gad how to go to war, how to be in them woods and put that camouflage on and do all this and the third.
Oh man!
And I remember being in Georgia, and it was a Native American store. Like it was a statue outside. Mm-hmm. It was a Native American store. I go in the store, thinking I'm gonna see God in there. It's Esau in there.
All over.
two other Edomites. He working there telling two other Edomites, yeah, my Indian name is, and then he said something in English, and I'm sitting there like, what the hell is going on? I caught an attitude like, you got Esau in here.
Oh, they all up in them.
Telling them an English name.
They all up in them tribes, man. They all up in them in Central and South America. All up in them tribes. I mean, you would just know that these people are like spies.
Right.
The way they go around and collect information to find out what you're doing, they got an eye on you, and they up it. First, yeah, like a couple of years ago, the spot where I live, wasn't no white people in there.
Right.
Now I see them all up in the gym. You know, electric car things are popping up all over the place. They moving left and right. You know what I mean? They no shame in this devil's game, man. But black people, they make sure you ain't together, you ain't solid. And that's what we need. We need a nation of solid brothers, man.
Right.
Brothers and sisters, man. All right, so where we at?
You can keep reading on, sir?
Yeah, please read on. I want to get this point real good.
Verse 7. And Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green whips, that they were never dry, then shall I be weak and be as another man.
So Samson bullshitting. But here's the thing. What about Delilah? I think she was of course she was a Hamite. But I believe her God was, what's that fish god? Go ahead. Dagon. I believe Delilah, that them Philistines worship that Dagon, fish god. I got to go back and look at it. But yeah. So what was her mindset? Somebody please tell me. Go ahead.
Oh, my cousin, her mindset was helping her people, sir. Right. And her God.
That's right. It all goes back to them gods. It all goes back to them damn gods, man.
Right.
She was faithful to Dagon.
Right.
So faithful. Let me tell you something. Our God said we can't marry outside of our nation, correct? Dagon said, go marry and promote Dagon amongst whoever. Dagon don't say that. Keep that in mind. Go ahead. Who had their hand up?
Oh, I did, sir. I was going to bring that out. So like, it's so heavy because I went over this in a previous class that I did while you were gone, sir, about interracial marriage and the Lord. You know what I mean? So wise to understand, like when he said in Deuteronomy 7:3, and Nehemiah reiterated this. You know what I mean? Nehemiah the 13th chapter, neither shalt thou make marriages unto them.
That's right.
It will cause you, you know what I mean, to turn away from the Most High.
That's right. It'll cause you to turn away. And now you'll be worshiping other gods, because these heathens ain't turning away from their God.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they ain't serving your God.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I could, what was heavy about that too, and what you're saying is in the other chapter we were just reading out of, that's his mom and dad said, they like, yo, we at war with the Philistines, and our God told us not to marry this woman, and they oppressing us right now. Like y'all going to war.
Right.
His brother, one of the best soldiers Israel got, and he loving his heathen woman.
Yeah, loving his heathen woman.
Break him down, and that's what going with our people.
And here's another thing. When you love that heathen woman, you're not going to fight against that heathen woman.
Right.
Her daddy is who she comes from.
Right.
How you going to hate her daddy, but you love her?
Right.
You understand? That goes for all of them. I saw a clip on Lamar Odom talking about this girl that she sleep with black men left and right, man. I don't know who the hell.
Khloe Kardashian.
Khloe Kardashian. That thing is just a disgrace, an abomination to be with that damn thing. You know what I mean? But these brothers for some reason fall for that heathen. But here's the thing: Lamar Odom went through all that because of that heathen, that mindset he was in, married to that heathen.
Right.
And then that heathen threw him away. He could not manage. He had while he was married to that heathen, he had the support of that heathen in what he was doing.
Right.
He wanted to celebrate this day Christmas. That heathen she was all for it, rooting him on. He wanted to do whatever he wanted to do. Now that support system gone.
Right.
Now his understanding is his mind is warped. He don't know, you know what I mean? He ain't got that no more.
Right.
You know, after this new brother she has, went and got some other girl pregnant, and she was close. She going on. She, whatever. She know damn. She been a whore. The hell she gonna think all the men she slept with. Somebody gonna be faithful with her. Goddamn man. She's not even looking for that.
Right.
They just looking to overthrow some brother's mind.
Right.
You know what I mean? So this heathen, the brothers got some woman pregnant, and they went and interviewed Lamar. Did you see that interview? And Lamar told him. He said, "Man, that brother is." What did he say about the brother? The brother is. Oh man, I can't remember what he said. Something. It was something real. The hatred he had for that brother and the love for that white woman. That is insane, man. That's insane. For you to have that much hatred for your own people after all you've been through, you got to know what you was going through. The cause of it was this goddamn heathen. You gonna look at that heathen and still got love for her. I can't remember what he said. What did he say?
He said Tristan Thompson was corny for what he
Yeah,
did.
corny. That's a corny brother. I mean, that's his way of attacking the brother. He corny for that. Not all the goddamn, not this woman sleeping with, different men.
Right.
See, this is a whore.
Right.
Straight up whore.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Doing what she got to do
Right.
in order to destroy black men.
Right.
And he attacks the brother. Man, let's go. Anybody had a question? Go ahead, let's go ahead. Please read some more. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Go ahead.
Verse 8. Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green whelps, which had not been dried, and she bound him with them.
So listen. What is happening? What this fool should have known. So I'm Salaki, if I could. I would say that to the brother. I mean, brother, he's foolish for sure. But go ahead.
If I could, so he's being set up.
He's being set up, man. This woman is showing him that she's faithful to her people and her God. Right. She ain't faithful to you. But you still want to hang with this woman for some reason. Right. Something's wrong with you. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 9. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the withs, and as a thread of tow is broken when it toucheth the fire. So his strength was not known.
So listen, people read this and say, well, he didn't know. He didn't know. He knew. He knew that this woman was against him, man. Right. He had an idea. He should have. You had to be a complete fool not to know. You told her what would bind your strength. Then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, she's using the same thing you told her and acting like the Philistines, they did it. They coming there. You know what I mean? And of course, Sam, that's not what happened. It didn't take his strength away because it wasn't he's fooling her. Go ahead, read on. Let's get some more.
Verse 10. And Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee.
She said to him, now, God dang, man. It don't matter. She said to him, you have mocked me. Is there anything wrong with that? Of course it is. Anybody online? Anybody want to answer? I want to give a shout out to the brothers and sisters online, man. y'all supporting it. Y'all coming up in this class and supporting the truth, man. We love our brothers and sisters, man. We couldn't be in here physically because being able to be in the class is everything. But being online, that ain't no small matter either. You understand? So we damn sure appreciate that, man. Go ahead.
You did have one question, sir. That was off topic.
Okay, let me get it when we finish this real quick. Then we're going to that. Okay, so anybody see anything wrong with this?
Nobody answered, sir.
Okay. She is setting him up and then calling him a liar.
Right.
She's setting him up. She's trying to bound him.
Right.
And make him submit to her God and her people to destroy you.
Right.
Because remember, Samson's a judge. So go on, read on.
And told me lies. Now tell me, I pray you.
You told me lies. Like they're gonna use that to make you feel guilty about what you're doing. Meanwhile, she's setting him up. She's trying to set him up. Go ahead. And that's just like, I'm not gonna go. Let's get to the end. Go ahead, read on.
Wherewith that thou mightest be bound. Verse 11. And he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes that were never occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man.
You see that? Now, Samson ain't no fool. This is a heathen. This is a heathen that does not know the laws of a Nazarite. The laws of the Lord. Go ahead.
If I could, is he like overconfident? That's why he keep trying to set her up. Go ahead and try. It's not gonna work. Is that what it is?
No. She's asking him. Well, what is it? What is it? You lying to me? Why is it? Why you don't love me? I thought you loved me. You know, she is being subversive, I want to say, and trying to destroy this man and ultimately our nation. Because remember, we was always at war with the Philistines, man. You know, so if she could take him down, then, you know what I mean, there's a good chance they're going to overcome our nation, because now, you know, we ain't going to have that lead, that judge, that Samson, that man, that brother that's joined to the Lord and fighting for us. But go ahead, read on.
Verse 12. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith.
Everything he telling her, she going back and doing to them. That's important for you to understand. Right. Everything you tell these heathens, they go back and do it to you. You understand that? Mm-hmm. You open your goddamn mouth, letting them know, oh, this is how we do this, Mr. White Man, in the hopes to get a job or something, or you know what I mean? That's why I kind of like to know. I like to know. Remember back in the days of no snitching? People, brothers don't say that too much. But okay, of course, the brothers doing wrong. They out of order. They doing something evil. Yet still, I understand that here's the government that's looking to bind and destroy your people. You mean to tell me COINTELPRO, what's the name of that guy back in the 40s? The head of J. Edgar Hoover and all the rest of them cats that came that was set up to destroy, to bind the strong men amongst you. And now you gonna run to them same people and give them information on what some evil that you doing or whatever. Right. That's crazy. You ain't supposed to be running to your enemy. What the hell? Commander GEN.YAHANNA used to, when we was doing the movies back in the day, we was gonna do the movies on the black exploitation movies. about how black people at one time was fighting against the police and the politicians and all them.
Right.
We were one time we knew that these people was our enemies, man.
Right.
Now, guess what happened? Now the white man got movies with every black person in it playing a police officer. How that happen? They got black men playing police officers, man. Black men playing the police officer. Come on, join the enemy in, against their own people, man. And one time, go check them old black sports. We was against them drug dealers. They would fight against drug dealers. You know what I mean? Then you got what's the brother's name? I think y'all gonna make me hey, Sonos with what's going on, Hebrew? All right. Remember some of these brothers' names, man, but the tables are turned totally flipped. When you a young black man growing up, man, you done became friends with the police because it's all over goddamn TV. They looked at it as being the right. The same police that went and captured the slave, the police force that went and jailed you when you was in captivity, the same police force that you went and joined. The same government that made laws against you. Y'all realize that? That's what these people done, man. When the Lord said don't vote, don't be a part of this, he's absolutely right. We shouldn't want to join this place, man, over the history that this place has against us. We go on and on and on about that, but you can't tell the new age black and Hispanic person nothing about this place. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
If I could, what's so heavy about what you're saying is like the America, like the government, the police, the very structure of this place destroyed our people. And when we tell our people this place is trying to destroy you, they get mad at us. They
right.
Other side with the politicians.
That's right.
Other side with the church. Right. People that allow evil to happen to us and carry on. It's like you sitting there looking at black people like, why can't y'all get together? It's because people you love destroys your people.
And why wouldn't you think the enemy would want to bring you aboard? During slavery, when you got out of hand, they put somebody who looked just like you over top of you that was doing their agenda, that put you back in your place. So go ahead, let's finish up.
Verse 12. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith.
It is heathen. She's faithful to her people and her God.
Right.
Go ahead.
And said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson.
Look, here come the Philistines again. Go ahead.
And there were liars in the wait, abiding in the chamber. And he brake them from off his arms like a thread.
He broke them like a thread, like it was nothing. You understand? Mm-hmm. Samson broke it like a thread.
Right.
Go ahead, read on. Give me some more.
Verse 13. And Delilah said to Samson, here too, thou hast mocked me.
You've done that. You see, you don't love me. You done it again. You mocked me. You ain't telling me what I need to know. Go ahead.
And told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the weave. And she fastened it with the pin and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee.
Let me tell you something about the locks on Samson's head, if I could. Sorry, you brothers in Jamaica with the dreadlocks and all that. Those ain't the locks that the Bible speaks of, speaking of. Right. We knew better than to try to keep a heathenistic custom. Them dreadlocks are heathenistic, man. You talking about a heathen right here that want to destroy black people. Well, heathens came amongst our people and wanted to destroy us.
Right.
Wanted to have power over you. And to have power over you is to get you to follow their customs. So you can promote their lifestyle, their gods, and all that. And you done it. Now, these heathens got power over you. Go ahead.
If I could, so I have locks in the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary.
Yeah, if you could.
Locks. This is the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, page 489. In reference to the hair of the head, locks render several different. In Numbers 6 and 5, it indicates the unshorn and disheveled locks of the Nazarite, and Judges the braided locks of the Nazarite Samson.
See that? That's what a lock is. A lock is you are locking your hair. You are locking it or braiding it, or what you call cornrows, and then you are unlocking it. Why do you unlock your hair? Anybody? You lock your hair. Look good when it's locked up, right? I ain't got my thing on, but look good. You get that sister to lock that hair up right. You know what I'm saying? That don't look fly, bro. It's right where it needs to be. Sometimes you want to rock the fro. Sometimes you might want this. You want to rock. That's the beautiful thing about black people's hair. You can just put it in so many different styles. You got so many different ways you can rock that hair. You know what I mean? You can, or why you can lock your hair to make it nice and fresh, but why would you want to unlock your hair? Anybody? Go ahead.
So you can wash it.
You can wash it.
Right.
Wash it. That's what we like to wash.
Right.
You don't wash that head. You got them old, them old dreadlocks. You can't wash them things. You can't get in there and wash that hair out like that. Them things is knotted up.
Right.
You don't know what's living in that head. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a disgusting heatheness. I'm gonna tell you something else about dreads. Them heathens wore that to show that they was living a low lifestyle. Right. You see bums wearing, a lot of black people wear it because I believe they're in a state of mourning. A lot of times they want to show that they live in love. In other words, I can't even say how I want to say it. In other words, they take on this lifestyle to show I'm going to live a low life. I'm going to live on the bottom. I'm rejected by everybody. I'm like a street person. You ever seen a street person where they step on the streets, their hair start to mat up? You know what I mean? Why? They don't try to, make themselves presentable or take care of themselves because they decided this is how I'm gonna live. This is the spirit I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be in a low state. I like living on the bottom. Some people like living a bum lifestyle. I know it's rough, huh? But they feel a sense of freedom being a bum. Everybody ain't got no place to be. I can do what I want. I can lay where I want. I can go where I want. I ain't got no obligations. I'm a bum. So they get their hair to show that they represent that type of lifestyle.
Right.
Well, I'll go into history, but I ain't gonna go into history tonight about how them East Indians came amongst the Benjamite brothers. Right. You know what I mean? During the time of when they was having their thing with the British.
Right.
And all, and brought that style and customs and all the spices and that hairstyle. And of course, our people looking for a father. Right. Looking for, some type of, Go ahead.
I could real quick. It was some fake Israelites were trying to argue with us about dreads on Facebook. And I just posed the question, when did the Most High ever tell us to be dirty? If you go look at
we wash. Look, we got a thing called, what do you call it? where they would dump brothers in the water. What was it called? Baptism. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We like to wash, man. We're clean people. As soon as you come around as funky, we be like, God damn, nigga, go take a bath.
Right.
You funky. You gonna get joned on so hard that you gonna feel bad about not taking a bath. That's how black people are, man. And you gonna tell me that we had a dirty custom? Nah, that ain't gonna fit.
Right.
Go ahead. Well, go ahead. Finish saying what you saying.
Nah, if I could, you know what I'm saying? That was just my point. Like, when the Most High ever tell us to be dirty and go watch the East Indians, they got them, that let their hair do it. They're being dirty on purpose.
Right.
They're trying to be closer to God by being dirty. When
Right.
did our God never tell us to be dirty as hell?
Right.
Dreads are dirty. You got dead hair on top of dead hair in your head. That's why it gets so thick. That's a bunch of dead hair.
It's a bunch of dead hair. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. I mean, this is I don't see what the argument is at. So Samson had braids, man. That's what it says in the scriptures.
That's right, sir.
Go ahead, read on.
Kind of a concert. And he awakened out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web.
Mm-hmm.
And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thy heart is not with me?
You see this? Do you see what she's saying? Man, this how they hit home with every relationship that black men have with white women and vice versa. And black women have with white men. How can you say you love me when your heart is not with me? Meaning, you ain't celebrating Christmas and Valentine's Day. You don't love me. Your heart ain't with me. Meanwhile, the brother or sister don't even know what the hell who they are or what they're supposed to be celebrating as a nation. But then he just make you feel like you don't love me. You ain't bring me no Valentine gift. You ain't celebrating this and that. That's what she's saying right here. Go ahead.
Thou hast mocked me these 3 times.
You mocked me. 3 times you mocked me. How many times did she mock him? Go ahead.
And hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
You ain't told me where your strength was. Keep going.
Verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily.
We don't know how long she done said this. Could have been a year. Could have been a couple years. Could have been 6 months. She kept at him. She kept at him. Nagging him. Pressing him. Keep going.
Kind of a concert. Daily with her words, and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death.
He got vexed. He was sick. Man, what the hell is wrong with you, woman? Get off my back. I mean, he got vexed because she kept on pressing.
Right.
Boy, she faithful to her God. Right. God damn, how do they God must have been an important God. But that heathen boy went after Samson. And listen, Samson is a Nazarite. Right. Go ahead, brother. Please.
If I could, would a good precept for this be giving out that scripture to a woman?
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Oh, you read it if you want. Got it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse 3. Give not thy strength unto a woman.
You ain't supposed to give your strength to a woman. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's just ponder on that for a minute. She don't deserve your strength. How the hell you a strong man? You keep your spirit locked solid, man. And you obey the Lord. Here's how it's supposed to go. And I hate to say it, and I ain't gonna say I hate, I love to say it. You ain't supposed to be falling in love with no goddamn woman. Right. Mm-hmm. Your love, your honor, your loyalty goes to the Lord. Right. She's the one fall in love with you and obey you. Right. You don't take that position and transferring love back and forth with some goddamn woman. Your love goes in obeying the Lord. You do that, you ain't got to worry about no woman. Man is the head of the woman. The head of man is Christ. That's the order. You understand? So all that bull crap they pumping all over the place, it's just propaganda to get you give your spirit up to some goddamn woman. Go ahead and do it if you're a fool. I'll get this is a hell of a scripture now. I ain't gonna even go into it, but it talks about how a woman she'll take your spirit and she'll take it and trample on it. Because really, you know what I mean, she ain't, how can I say it? That's like when a brother, when they do that, when they get on their knee and vow their love to some woman or whatever, giving their spirit over to some woman, and she's standing up there like she on the pedestal about the rudest relationship. Here you are on your knees as if you praying to God or something. You's crazy. Never you supposed to do that. That's old white man bull crap, man. About worshiping some woman. About some goddamn goddess or whatever the hell they do. Go ahead, Go ahead.
First Ezra chapter 4, verse 26. Can I read the 27?
Please.
Yea, many there be that have run out of their wit for women, and become servants for their sakes.
You see that? You become a servant to a woman. Go ahead.
God, verse 27. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
For women. A woman ain't. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing. The woman being controlled by your oppressor. Her spirit ain't with you.
Right.
She ain't going to church worshiping you. She going to church with that oppressor. Coming home to you after she got a fresh sermon from your goddamn priest, your oppressor. She coming home, Negro, get me what I need in the white man's system. You better go get a job, Negro, and bring home this money. Don't you know the preacher pulled up in a Mercedes this morning? I want one too. You gonna be the one she beat upside the head because her desire is to America when she can get here.
Right.
Go ahead, read on.
God, sir. Verse 17. This is the book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 17. That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there have not come a razor upon my head.
Here it is. Go ahead.
God, sir. For I have been a Nazarite unto God.
He said, I've been a Nazarite unto God, the Most High, the God of the God of the heavens and the earth, that created the heavens and the earth. The Most High Power, that created them stinking Africans, that created, gave you the children and life and everything else you can imagine. But because your eyes that the Lord gave you so you can see his wonderful creation, you use them and lusting after one. I mean, listen, a man has a natural desire. Don't get me wrong. I ain't telling you, I ain't like them Catholic priests say, you ain't supposed to have no desire for no woman. You're supposed to walk around with your head looking up here like this, and not supposed to, a man got a natural desire for a woman. I'm tell you that straight up. If a man don't get a woman, he go up and down the street yelling and screaming because he wants him a goddamn woman. Get you a woman. Get you a sister. Obey the laws of the Lord. Come in here and do it right, man. Right. And have you something right. I mean, something for life. Something you know, I see these brothers in this pandemic. These brothers in this pandemic, boy, they out here hunting for women, man. They ain't got no woman at home. You know what I mean? They said, damn, get them a woman, she stay for a week, you got to go find another one. That's a damn shame, boy. That's a man that's always in a hunt. And I'm going to tell you another thing. I'm going to tell you, if I could. When you do things the way the Lord say to do it, it's easy for you to not want evil or to see the evil that's coming around you. Meaning this, okay. I got me 3 wives, 5 wives at home. I see a sister on there, a sister halfway. I'm gonna put some clothes on, sis. I got 5 wives at home. I'm not being overthrown. Meaning, how can I say this? God dang, y'all take it the wrong way. Here it is. You look at a sister, because you do not or don't obey the Lord, or brothers and sisters do not. They look at one sister and overcome by her beauty and automatically take a subservient position, meaning you listening to this woman, everything, because you want this woman, really. You have a desire for this woman, and you don't have a woman. So now you become, okay, I want this woman, let me, whatever. But when you got 5 women at home or whatever, it's easy when you be like, sis, go put some goddamn clothes on. You wrong for that. Because now you ain't what I want to say, you ain't too pressed for that tail. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different way of looking at it, but Go ahead, Diane. Let's read on. Let's get it.
For I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me.
He told her. She vexed him and pressed him, and he gave up the info. Now let's see what happened. Go ahead.
And I shall become weak and be like any other man.
You see that? You remember that black man, Hispanic man, when you go running your goddamn mouth to these other nations about your strength or giving them all the information they want. You should separate yourselves from these other people, man. Right. And I ain't talking about you got to move away from them. The separation I'm talking about is not telling them every goddamn thing that come in your goddamn head. Right. That's what I'm talking about, man. Brothers and sisters, give all the information up and then wonder why they in hell. Wonder why these people, when they get the chance, use it. Where's that scripture where he said they'll be above you and they'll mock you? I'll get another time. But yeah, that's what they do, man. Because the prime target is you. Read on, you die.
Colonel Khan, sir.
Tell them where you at.
Colonel Khan, the book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 18. Mm-hmm. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart. She
saw it. She knew. Yeah, he being right up straight with me this time. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand.
They gonna pay Delilah. Go ahead.
Verse 19.
And that's just like a hoe. She gonna get paid.
Right.
She gonna get paid for giving that information now. Go ahead.
Judges chapter 16 and verse 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man, and she called him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him.
And his strength left. Let me tell you something, brother, if I could. Your head, boy, is spiritual. Lord ain't give. Why didn't the Lord just give you a goddamn bald head?
Right.
Why didn't he do that? He could have gave you a bald head. He's the creator, wasn't he? Right. That way you ain't got to worry about the goddamn head.
Right.
But yet and still, he gave you hair.
Right.
He gave you not only hair, but the hair that represents the nation of God.
Right.
How dare you bring up some railing accusation against black people's hair? You was a fool.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's how I feel.
Right.
The hell are you talking about, heathen? Putting it all on the TV as if that dirty dog hair is something special. Now, Salaki. Now, I ain't talking about my Latino brothers and sisters. Right. Their hair is beautiful, man.
Right.
Beautiful.
Right.
But yet and still, we got to address this mess that the white people, that our oppressors promoted against our nation, man. Right. To make you, that make you feel less than who, make you feel, oh man. That's like, that person talk about you to make you feel like less than them, to make them feel great, big. Right. I want to say, go ahead.
If I could, what's so heavy about what you're bringing out is like our people will love our oppressors, but when you look, our oppressor made us hate ourselves. Like hate your hair, hate the color of your skin.
Brother, we should love blacks and Hispanics, brother. Right. We should love everything about us, man, except the evil we're doing against the Lord. Right. We should love our kids. Got that hair. I can't love my kid now. Right. They got that nappy hair like me. So I got to love the white kid over my kid. You crazy? Something wrong with you. Right. Right. I ain't never felt that before in my life. I ain't never. I don't know where I went. Not only women, but I met. It's the Christianity. Right. It's the Christianity. It's the white God. It's everything they see because they plug to the TV, everything they see on the internet, and looking down. Let me tell you something else that's real evil. If I could, the propaganda white people pushing right now against black people, right, about the murders and all that stuff. The brother, remember the brother in Vegas, right there, the one that they did. He was wrong. He murdered that white girl in the store. You know what I'm talking about? It's one in Vegas. I can't think of. They just recently caught the brother that did it. He was in the store. He went and murdered the brother. But here's what they don't tell. They don't show you the destruction that they have done systematically to that brother. Right. For that brother to be in that state of mind, man. Right. Like every time I look at, I just hate the fact of the propaganda. They had it on TV. I watched it. I turned the volume down and just watched the TV because I don't want to hear what they got to say. I just want to see how they're going to push it. And they had that thing on TV for like a minute. The brother's picture. They had different pictures of the brother, so that he was arrested several times. Y'all know what I'm talking about? In Vegas, the one that killed that one girl. Yeah. But they do that all the time, man. Mm-hmm. Right. They push that propaganda against black men, especially. Meaning white people do all sorts of crimes, right, but you don't see them. You don't see them pushed like that. Right. They want to give the stigma that you's a murderer, you's a liar, you evil. You wicked. That's what they're trying to push. And brother, we better rail against it. We better come against this evil that this system is pushing, man. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Even go ahead, if I could. I can go on. Go ahead.
I was gonna, if I could, sir. So I'm saying about the precept that will be you're turning up things upside down. They're stealing the potter's clay. The propaganda they pushing.
Right, that's a good one. That's a good one. Just your enemy. They just coming at you in all ways, man. All different ways, man. Like I was telling the brother, there's a lot of African. I watched this movie, man, about this African romancing his sister, man, and they was playing all the old black music. And I didn't think it was an African at first. To my rib, she showed me. She was like, "Look, his name is someone over." I said, "Damn, you right. That is that." Then I started to look at the forehead and all the head started coming. I was like, "God damn, that is an African, wasn't you?" Right. Good look at him. You know what I mean? He ain't no brother. Right. But they pushing that. They pushing that propaganda. Right. They pushing those you in those interracial relationships. Right. And brother, we better tell everybody that is against the Lord, and our people is not supposed to be doing that, man. Right. You know what I mean? What else I'm gonna say? Somebody had their hand up? Go ahead.
If I could, what was heavy about what you was bringing out about like our condition, and that's the thing. Like when we in Philadelphia, like last year, I think we almost had like 600 murders in a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But when you look at like systematically how they treat us in Philadelphia, they broken us down all the way to college. Like the drug dealing, especially in inner cities,
That's right.
So it's like you put this child's father to sell drugs. His grandfather was selling drugs.
Right.
His father sold drugs. Now he in the street running around, and it's like, well, you bought drugs. Did they get caught with a bunch of drugs in the port in Philadelphia?
No.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like,
You right.
Okay, so you bring in the cocaine to Philly. They all selling the drugs, and then as they go down, it's just like, well, you put us in this condition. You didn't want us to have jobs like you. You don't want us working with you.
That's
you don't
right.
want the black man to be prosperous. You want us to be in a low state. That's why y'all are building a new prison for us. Let's build a new prison. Let's build a prison over here. You got to find somewhere to put us at. How you going to anticipate this prison going to be full of people unless you know that it's going to be a steady stream of people that you so-called call criminals?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they set in the atmosphere.
Right.
They set in the atmosphere. You know, monetarily, they trying to destroy you. You know what I mean? When here's the thing, that's why this is a spiritual battle, man. Because economics plays a major role in your destruction. A major role in your destruction and how you perceive and how you what you think. You know what I mean? White people want Philly, man.
Right.
They want it back. I'll tell you straight up. That's why it's all these killings, all these drugs. You know, when you get enough, when you start dope, when you dope up with people like that, where they don't have no vision, that's important too. You have a specific vision. You young brothers, like y'all young brothers, should always have your mind set on the vision, have a vision that the Lord of the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
So that way you live your life building your surroundings to gear you towards getting to the kingdom of heaven. Get fit to your wife. You can get a woman. You get a woman. This ain't gonna be. You gonna get you a woman that's down with. What the vision you have.
Right.
Imagine you ain't got no vision. You just out there doing whatever. And the Lord talks about that heavy in the Bible too. That's very important to understand, man. You got to have that. Whatever. You give me a man that got a vision about being a doctor, and he gonna conduct his surroundings to make him achieve what he does. Other than a man that does not have a vision to being a doctor, how is he going to achieve being his goal? He ain't. Majority of people don't achieve their goals because they don't have the vision or the outlook on what they want to do and, gear their life towards whatever it is they want to achieve. That's real help. I'm going to another class about that if I could. Because the Lord talks about that in the scriptures. You know what I mean? And what the Lord want to achieve is a nation of people, that rise up out of this evil and do what he said, and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, and are fit to go into the kingdom, man. Right. Okay, let's go on.
God, verse 12. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as other times before.
Now, in his mind, his strength left him, the scripture said. But in his mind, he want to go out in mind. Did he say, is the strength, is what?
God, I will go out as, and he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as other times before and shake myself. And and he wist not that the Lord was departed from him.
He didn't understand that. Read on. So now, go ahead, read on.
The book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 21. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza.
What does that sound like? What does it sound like, man? The Philistines took him, put out his eyes, and brought him down to Gaza. I think that's where he first killed them Philistines and down in Gaza. Right. When he killed them before, they brought them right back down there. Go ahead. Somebody had their hand up? You got their hand up? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it's, even though before Christ's crucifixion, it's like what they did to Christ.
This is totally different.
Totally different.
This is totally different because why? Yahushua did not marry no goddamn African.
Right.
Was not in the, you know what I mean? This is totally different. But what I want to know is them heathens mocked him.
Right.
Them heathens, I'm taking you right back down here. I'm shaming you.
Right.
We victorious over you. You killed our people, but you know what I'm saying? That's why they brought him right back down. Keep going. They put his eyes out. Oh, why is that so heavy? Them same eyes that lusted after that heathen. They ain't no more in use. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? They lusted after that heathen. Oh, I like what I see. Now, I can't see no more of the wondrous things that the Lord told me the Lord created because of my goddamn evil. And Samson, I think he said something about his power on my strength. Go ahead.
If I could, what's so heavy about what you just said, you know what I'm saying, and what we push the I.S.U.P.K. is that his parents told him why you can't just marry a sister. Right. It's like brothers are saying with situations like Kanye and different brothers, we be like, you going through that because you didn't get a woman from your people.
That's
now
right.
She gonna push you through all types of stuff. You have to jump through hoops.
She already got evil intentions towards you.
Right.
She ain't gonna tell you. The scriptures say they talk to you in good words. Right. What do you call it? When the whore, she entice you with good words. Because why? She wants to destroy you.
Right.
She wants to bring you under. You think them goddamn whiteys left their family? Hell no. I bet you Kim ain't left her family.
Right.
I bet you she with her family.
Right.
While that Negro out there trying to see his children. All that money that Negro got, he can't see his goddamn kids. I heard they had a birthday party. He wasn't even invited to the party. I feel that. Now, I'm not just talking about Kanye. I'm talking about all these brothers that marry them heathens.
Right.
They marry you for a time so they feel like they done got that demon in you right and your mind is jammed up. They say, oh. And then they look at you and say, oh, he was the problem all the time. Right. He was the problem. Meanwhile, they never look at I want to say. Go ahead, read on. Let's give me some more.
And bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house.
Listen, could you imagine Samson waking up and this happening to him? He brother, I read this scripture right here, and Samson must have been he was a hell of a cat. He was doing all kind of things and all this. Never did he think that there would come a time that this would happen to him.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But and could you imagine how Delilah felt when Samson got them eyes? When it said, read that scripture when he said, and when he said they bound when the strength left them. Tell them where you at.
So the book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 20, in the middle. I'll start from the beginning. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee.
That's what she always done. That's saying it again. Read on.
And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times.
As at other times, like I did before. Read.
Before, and shake myself, and wist not the Lord was departed from him.
You understand, the Lord wasn't with him. That was the key.
Right.
Samson, I believe he said something he said in one of the verses above. You knew that the Lord was, he said, my strength. Did it say something like that in one of the verses above that? He said, my strength is in. Go ahead, you got it?
It's like in verse 17.
Read 17 real quick.
Come. This is the book of Judges, chapter 16 and verse 17. That he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there have not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaken, then my strength will go from me. And
my strength. What's wrong with that? Go ahead.
It was never his to begin with. It was the
Goddamn right. Give him a hand. This is hard for you Negroes to understand, boy. Especially the Negroes in the sports and all that, that do all them great feats. Or the Negroes that do them sing, that got them fantastic voices. The Lord gave you that.
Right.
It comes from the Lord.
Right.
That's what when Samson said, my strength, he should have said the strength that the Lord gave me.
Right.
You should have gave all the credit to the Most High. All of it, man.
Right.
The hell you get credit for? You just woke up one day and you was you.
Right.
Read on. Let's get some more.
Kind of. Verse 20. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson.
The Philistines, Samson. Go ahead.
And he awoke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as other times.
Go ahead.
Before and shake myself. And wist not that the Lord was departed from him. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza.
Could you imagine? I try to relate to this, brother. Can you imagine being Samson and thinking that you're going to do the same thing and them heathens come and put your eyes out, man? I mean, that's amazing to me. It's amazing that Samson fell so low.
Right.
He was all on top of the world. Now he's underneath this heathen. They put his eyes out. You know what Samson looked up and saw? Anybody? Go ahead. You had
a quick question about this.
Go ahead.
Why did Samson peep that Delilah was doing these things to him?
Because of his lust, his blindness, that flesh. That's it. Okay. You read the story, and and it ain't hitting home. It ain't coming real to you. But you gonna see that one is gonna be not with you, but brothers is led by their desires all the goddamn time, man. This is nothing new. The Lord is saying, this is how you get overthrown. And this is what Samson, when he woke up and got his eyes put out, what is Sam? What you think was going through his head? Come on, you dying, give it to me.
He messed up, sir.
Not only that, but what did Samson know? It's something we talked about the whole time. Go ahead.
That he messed up with the Lord?
That's true. But give me more. There's something going on right now in every relationship that any interracial relationship or relationship we do that's against God. When a Muslim, when a black woman, the black man, okay. Go ahead, die. One more time, stab it. Anybody online answer?
Oh, kind of. Some brothers online.
Are they answering? What did Samson in his mind think? Now think about this. He got his eyes put out. He's looking up. This is a Nazarite. What is he thinking? Go ahead.
Regret.
He absolutely regretting it, but I want more. I want something. Y'all, anybody online taking a stab at it?
Nice.
And one more time, I'm gonna give it to
He
you.
should have got a woman of his own people.
Absolutely, man. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he could have been thinking about that. I'm gonna give it to you. It always goes back to this. Anybody online? No?
Oh, slap.
It's an
Brother
answer.
said, I am Judas said he knew he broke the law and did wrong.
He absolutely did. But Samson thought in his mind, this woman loved her God more than I love the Lord.
Right. Right.
She loved her God. She got more love for her God than I got for the Most High.
Right.
That's heavy, brother.
Right.
Because it's every relationship. Because those people love their God more than you love the Most High.
Right.
That's heavy. You just sit and think about that for a minute. Because if you love the Lord, you wouldn't be caught up in that type of situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? That hit home with Samson. Remember, before Samson was like, my strength.
Right.
But now he gonna find out, you know what I mean, what happens to somebody that disobey the Lord.
Right.
Now here's the other side. Because you had the good times and the benefits of the Lord. Now's the punishment.
Right.
So what happened? Go ahead, if I could. Go ahead real quick.
If I could, sir, would a precept for that be when you said that the heathen woman loved her God more than we love ours? Is that could it relate to this precept where the heathen would have followed the Most High that was the chosen?
What are you talking about? We talking about the heathen would have followed the Most High.
Meaning the precept where it says if they was God's chosen people, they would have just obeyed, and they would have disobeyed. They would have got rid of. They would have.
You got to pull that one for me. I think I know what you're talking about, but just to make sure. All right, read on. Go ahead.
If I could, it's a precept for this. Why trimmest thou ways to seek love?
Absolutely, that's a good one.
Can you read it?
Yeah, you can read it. You got it?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
And he actually trimmed his way. He actually have her shave his head, shaving and showing.
Right.
You know what I mean? She just kept on at him until she broke him.
Right.
Why trimmest your way? Why do you trim your ways to seek love? Why you got to go into the white man's system and obey him to get love from what? White Jesus or whatever? To be a man. Listen, they say a black man, they look at you right now and see you with your beard and your locks, and say, brother, you got that got to go.
Right. Right.
Because we ain't gonna get no love from this society if you got all that going on. Like they know that the white man rejects a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? Your manhood.
Right.
Go ahead, read on.
Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways?
Oh, I like that one. You taught the wicked one your ways. You want love. You done trimmed your ways to look to seek love amongst the wicked. And then when you got amongst the wicked, you taught him your ways. How in the world you trim this is my question. How do you trim your ways to seek love and then teach them your ways? Anybody want to take a stab at it? Meaning the scripture say, why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love, and you did taught the wicked one your ways? Meaning, okay, go ahead.
What was the question again, sir? You said,
Read the scripture. It says, why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love, right? What's the next verse?
Therefore, hast thou also taught the wicked one thy ways?
You say you trimmed your ways to seek love, and then taught the wicked one your ways. How did that happen?
you trimmed your ways, meaning you stopped doing what the Lord gave you, and you started you started doing their customs, and then you taught them how they could overcome you.
That, I mean, you on it. You taught him the things that was dear to you.
Right.
You taught him your customs. He hates your customs,
Right.
but you taught him.
Right.
You taught him the different things that I mean, you came around him and was like a child to him, someone he looked at didn't respect.
Right.
That's crazy, boy, when you think about that. All right, let's go on. Let's move on. Go ahead.
I could. That's like how I'm asking. That's kind of like how we put a suit on, shave all the hair off our face.
Yeah.
Be just like Esau, but then we got our own code and our own way to live. So we change ourselves to come into his society. Then we let him in. We introduce him to our society. Like, yeah, this.
That's right. And a man is like that. How is he going to think about his family, his children, and his brothers?
Right.
He didn't trim his ways to seek love amongst them. Right. Meaning the love that you're looking for is amongst these people, and then you looking at your people as being evil and wicked.
Right.
Because you want the love of this nation. You're seeking their love. You ain't seeking the love amongst your people. Go ahead. We got any more? Give me a little bit more, and I'm going into the video.
Verse 22. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven.
After he was shaven, his hair started to grow again. Keep going.
Verse 23. Then the lords of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon their god.
Dagon, there it is. There it is. It's Dagon. The fish, the one the goddamn Pope wear on his head. That was the fish god. When the Pope wear that fish hat, that fish hat. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they incorporated Dagon, one of our enemies. Enemies. That damn Delilah worshipped Dagon. Oh man, this is real wicked, boy. This is wicked. Well, guess what? These people worship white Jesus, Cesar Borgia. And they did the same thing to us. Put our eyes out, make us go grind like an animal.
Right.
Same thing happened to Samson happened to you.
Right.
You was a strong man at one time. Now you just like the regular man. You ain't the strong man no more. I wonder what happened. I wonder what you done taught these evil bastards away. You got the brother real quick? Let's put the video of the brother up so I can get that in. Go ahead.
If I could, what's so heavy about what you're saying is, I remember being at the Passover one year. You know what I'm saying? I'm a brother. You know what I'm saying? I play a little bit of sports.
You as a brother, I can validate that.
I like to fight too, right? You know
right.
What I'm saying? So I'm walking around and you can tell when the brother got a certain build. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got some power. Like, he built like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there looking at everybody, all the brothers in the U.P.K. the Passover. We always tell people when they come in here, like, you're gonna gain weight and get big when you come in here. You know what I'm saying? You might
I don't know about that.
You might stop. Nah, it's a lot of brothers that were like real skinny in the world.
Oh yeah, tell me about that.
Brothers,
go ahead.
Right, brothers get big, they get strong. And I'm looking at everybody at the Passover, and it's like everybody at the Passover was just like built like different men. Like it wasn't like going out in the world and you see brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like hella thin. It was just like we got our strength back when we start serving our God again. Because then what? We're not eating unclean food. We're not doing drugs. We're not following after the ways of the heathen and this, that, and the third. It's like physically, you could see like brothers start to look more healthy. Like a brother come into school. You know what I'm saying? 120 pounds, he get up to like 180, but you look at him like that brother is just muscle like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right. That's right. And there's gonna be a time where brothers is gonna be so, you know what I mean? It's going all this evil gonna disappear, man. And brothers are gonna be super in the spirit, super healthy, you know, raising up healthy kids, man.
Right.
Things gonna be done, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a whole different spirit out here, man.
Right.
Well, these are the times these are troubled times we gotta overcome, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got you got blacks and Hispanics prisoners of warfare. When I say prisoners, meaning they fall into this propaganda that's being promoted. They fall into these interracial relationships, worshiping white Jesus, smoking weed, smoking dope, you know, doing all these things that's against God. You become a prisoner. It's like you in a jail cell. Like in that cell, you try to make it neat, but you can't get out the goddamn cell. You need somebody to free you from that cell. This is what we do right here. Play this clip real quick. I want to get this real quick.
Someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste 3.7 billion.
Volume on?
Oh, the volume is on, sir.
It's on the internet when people can hear it?
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
I want somebody to tell me what's
Every
going on
37
right
seconds.
Go ahead, Dad.
Oh, if I could, the brother is clearly misguided, sir, saying, about how many brothers that get locked up, you know what I mean, for smoking marijuana and selling it.
Are they saying that the brothers got locked up wrongly? What are they saying about the brothers that got locked up about marijuana?
Kind of just brought up about how how many of our people are still in jail today for marijuana charges. How marijuana is basically legal now, and how the oppressor doesn't get locked up for it hardly at all. And if I may, sir, which is heavy, if I may, sir, there's a documentary called Crack on Netflix, and they said from 1984 to 1995 that, in the state of California, 2/3 of crack cocaine users and dealers were Caucasian. Not a single one of them from 84 to 95 went to jail that was an oppressor. Almost exclusively everyone that went to jail for cocaine or crack charges were black and Latino.
That sound like the cross.
Mm-hmm.
That sound like the cross, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's wrong that you selling it, using it, but the only people that they put on the cross was black people and Hispanic people.
Right.
It was against the law for you to put an oppressor on the cross. That was only for the slaves. You know what I mean? They had other punishment for their people. But anybody else want to take a stab at this? Go ahead.
Can we see the video again, sir?
No, we don't have the volume, so you might not. But anybody online maybe wanna? If not, I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you. What is evil about this, man? What is go ahead.
What's evil about it, sir, is that he's promoting, marijuana use. And the Lord said in Proverbs 16:17 and Ezekiel 8:17, sir, we're not supposed to be smoking nothing, period.
That's right. Don't nobody see that? Y'all don't see the marijuana in his hand and all that?
Right.
You see the suit he got on, right? He damn sure ain't trying to join you in your community. He's trying to join his oppressor. And they use it, just like they use Martin Luther King to promote their ideas and morals, to promote their agenda. You the target. Give me 2 Corinthians 10, I think it is. Go ahead.
If I could, was heavy about that too, is like, our people like aspire to be potheads. You know what I'm saying? Like we just just want to get out.
We aspire to be what?
Like potheads and drug addicts. Like we just want to get money and get high. That's
because our people have been put in a situation where you are made to think that way.
Right.
How can I say this? Black people would have a different agenda on their mind if society didn't always downcast black people. Hold on your point for a second. If you had a legitimate way of being, gaining or whatever in society, then of course, just like any man that want to take care of his family, that want to promote his agenda or whatever, he would not be in the type of mindset he in. But because they have the type of warfare where they got your music, got you listening to this. Then they got your mind, all the news, all the propaganda against you. Then they got your family, they got your political arena, your spiritual, your churches. Everything is coming against blacks and Hispanics in a society. Everything. Down to the way you look, down to your spirit, your masculinity, all of that is being fought against. What do? I want to see some type of happiness in life.
Right.
And my agenda is not to smoking weed is a sin.
Right.
It's against the Lord. I got to tell you that. Weed is no good. This brother right here, of course, is pushing a specific agenda from the people on high.
Right.
They got him doing that to try to, what does scripture say? It comes from on high down. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So now this brother, you got people that do not have your interest. They have their interests at heart. They don't care about how you behave, how your life is conducted or whatever, or the harm that they're doing to you and your kids. But yet they just want to do, they want to push, be something in society.
Right.
Well, this brother's wicked as hell, man, especially after New Orleans and all the stuff that happened down there. All the drugs and all that. And then you got a black man sitting up there. Now the white man's free from it, even though he's the one pushing this agenda. You look and see a black man, and it's like you can't blame the white man for this. That's a black man doing that. That's evil. Go ahead and read what you got, you die.
Come, did you want Deuteronomy 28:43, where it says the stranger then they will get thee above high?
No, give me the other one.
Come. You paraphrase it again, sir?
Let me get 2 Corinthians 10 and 5.
Oh,
10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power to pulling down of strongholds.
Come.
It's not. Hold on. Let me just say this.
Come.
It's not carnal. I ain't getting no one-on-one. I'd rather destroy the evil that's being pushed amongst blacks and Hispanics. If I went out here and just got in a fight with a brother, What is that doing against the evil? Just be another brother pushing it up, whatever. You know what I mean? The weapon of your warfare is to bring everything under subjection to Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Let me see, read on.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds.
They ain't carnal, but to the Most High, your weapon is mighty. You got to remember, now this is heavy. You don't think it's mighty. A lot of people don't think it's mighty, but the things you saying is pulling down this system.
Right.
Do you realize that since brothers and sisters been coming out of this world into the truth, the white man system been caving like I don't know what? He's scrambling to hold on to the system that he once knew. Brothers and sisters is getting a different mindset on how they're supposed to behave, and it's a beautiful thing. We keep going.
Come on, sir.
What's the strongholds? Oh, well, mighty through the God to the pulling down of strong. What's the strongholds? Go ahead.
The powers that be.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading ahead of y'all. I'm in number 5, so like 4. What is the strongholds? Go ahead.
Christian church, Muslim laws.
Give me some more.
To elaborate on my point about the powers that be, like the governments, the principalities, the everything.
Okay, if I could, what you do, you free a brother or sister from their captivity of what this oppressor is putting them in. In other words, they tell about weed, right? They're pushing it all over the place. You going out there saying weed is a sin against the Lord.
Right.
You pulling down what they trying to push, they trying to set up. The strongholds is another thing of saying that you being imprisoned in your mind by something whatever it is you doing, whatever lust you in, or whatever thing that your mind is being held in captivity. You pulling it down and freeing brothers and sisters' minds out of the captivity that this place is trying to put them in. That's heavy. Go ahead.
If I could, that kind of was the point that I was trying to say earlier when I was saying like our people, like it's not we know what's going on in the society where the drugs been pushed on us, but our people start to be in the loop where they want to deal with drugs. So it's like for this brother to try to raise himself up in Esau society and then still keep pushing it, it's like you still keeping us into the same thing. We got other stuff to worry about besides damn marijuana.
But this brother is in an agenda. This brother wants to join this captivity.
Right.
He wants to be a part of. You remember the police? Remember we talked earlier about the brothers. Remember one time we fought against this. We fought against the police and the people that's against our society. They came up against us. Now we join them. We want to be the police officers. We want to be the same. We want to be in the same category as the people that oppress and enslave black people and destroy our families. Now we want to be the one to do that. And this brother right here, and all his suit, trying to look good, and because you have a mindset to want to look like the oppressor, because the oppressor teaches you that's how you get ahead.
Right.
Read on. Let's get some more.
Casting down imaginations and everything that exalted itself against the knowledge of God.
Hold up. They're exalting themselves against the knowledge of the Most High. They're saying, oh, weed is all right. You can smoke weed. It helps you with your medical condition. You get high, you know what I mean? Oh, pork is the other white meat. Everything the Lord said not to do, they exalt themselves above what the Lord said. To get you to accept it. To get you to, in your mind, you think it's all right, but that's contradictory to what the Lord said, man.
Right.
That it?
A little bit more.
Do going.
In bringing into the captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
Give me Galatians 5:19. A couple more, and then we're going to wrap it up. It's been a pleasure, brothers and sisters, be back in the presence. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I'm still trying to find that precept. Is any
I know which one you're talking about, where you said the heathens, if they would have heard the scriptures, they would have took it. They would have took it and ran or whatever. I'm paraphrasing, but I want to get where it's at and and expound upon it.
I was trying to find it. Do you have any words?
Oh man. Y'all know what scripture we talking about? You dying? If he would have preached this to the heathens or said this to the heathens, that they would have obeyed. I'm paraphrasing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's go. We got a few more minutes. We might have to get that next week. It's already 9 o'clock. Go ahead. Let's roll on.
We went to Galatians 5:19.
Yeah.
Galatians chapter 5 verse 19.
Go ahead.
Now the works of the flesh are manifest.
These are the works of the flesh. We got nothing to do with the spirit. This is what you see, this body we in, these eyes we in, all this. Your spirit is housed in that body. And that body and your spirit is being led by that flesh. Remember Paul said he warned against the flesh. Because the things he don't want to do is the things he do. And vice versa. That's what you in. That's what we all in. Keep going. Some of us gotten strong in the spirit where the flesh doesn't manipulate us. Some of us is weak in the flesh. We read about that brother Samson. Read on.
Which are these? Adultery.
These are the works of the flesh. Adultery. What is adultery? Go ahead.
Adultery for a man is when he sleeps with another man's wife. Adultery for a woman is when she sleeps with any.
That's it. That defines a woman too. A woman cannot commit adultery unless she have a man. Right? Yes or no? A woman cannot commit adultery unless she has a man. So when you said when a man, all of us about a man and how he obeys towards his brother. The woman, of course, he goes against his brother when he takes his brother's, that's his flesh. Hold on 1 second. You know what I mean? Because that woman is joined to his brother. That belongs to his brother now. She off limits. But here's an old sneaky old Negro that looks at that brother's woman and has a desire for that woman, that lust towards that woman. Remember in the Apocrypha when the two I want to say what had slept with that woman, said we're gonna lie and say you were sleeping with that desire. They wanted her, you know what I'm talking about? Susanna, that's right. So now, go ahead, read on.
Fornication.
What's fornication? Go ahead.
Unlawful sex.
Very good, give him a hand. Unlawful sex. Fornication is not you having sex with a woman. Fornication is you having sex with your brother's woman. Fornication is you having sex with two men having sex. Fornication is You have sex with an animal.
Right.
You have sex with your sister. That's unlawful sex. If I having sex with a woman, it's called marriage. That's what it's called. A woman of your, of course, a woman of your family. You just married that woman. It's not fornication. Fornication is, I think it's Leviticus 11 chapter. Tell you about all the unlawful. I don't know if it's 11, but it tells you what you can't have sex with.
Right.
Is that it?
It's in Leviticus.
That's it. 11th chapter.
That's the dietary ones.
No, I think it's 13 or something like that. I don't know. But it's in Leviticus. But anyway, though it tells you not to have sex with an animal, not to have sex with your close relative, not to have sex with your mama, not to have sex with just different laws. Not to have sex with another brother, two brothers. All that is unlawful fornication.
Right.
All right. Is that it? Was you looking for it or not? All right, keep going.
Uncleanliness, lasciviousness. Verse 20. Idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murder, drunkenness, revilings, and such like of the which
such like. Bible ain't gonna name every little itty bitty thing that you do. Come on. You gotta say, do not smoke marijuana, do not smoke weed, do not hit, like everything that you can imagine. You say, oh, it's not in the Bible, so it doesn't say God said we can't do it. You cannot smoke weed.
Right.
It's in the Bible. You just read it.
Right.
Read the last part again.
And such
Tell them
like,
where you at.
Galatians chapter 5 verse 21. And such like of which I tell you before.
You on?
As I told you in the time past, that which do such things.
That those that do those such like things, that reveling, that idol worship, that hatred, all the things that's listed in Galatians, they do not what? Will not inherit the kingdom.
Right.
Will not inherit the kingdom. That brother promoting weed smoking.
Right.
We just read about it. All right. Listen, I'm gonna end it on that. I was gonna go into the fruit of the spirit, the things that you should have, but there's two sides where he tells you the flesh,
right,
the works of the flesh, and he said the fruits of the spirit,
right,
which is But I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that. Listen, it's been a pleasure. You know what I mean? Love my brothers and sisters, man.
Right.
We got to stand as one force against this evil, man, in the I.S.U.P.K.
Right.
Passover coming up.
Right.
Y'all get ready. I hope to see y'all in Cocoa Beach, Florida. We're going to get it there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Get a Passover, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you got any problems and you don't know how to fix the situation, come on into class, man.
Right.
We love to converse and relate some of this to you, man. We do it. That's what we do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that being said, we're gonna pass the class over to priest officer. Damn. Oscar Watt. I keep saying all the Watt. Oscar Watt. What's all this question?
I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Albany, New York. I'm the commander, Gen.YAHANNA. Move for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to be student only. They are here to share themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister report each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will give permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment, you can find it in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. In the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew or Ma'asharim. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department. Priest fund is a free will offering, not mandatory whatsoever mandatory you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The Feast of Purim is the next holiday we have, and it's going to be February the 14th and the 15th. Coming up. And it says, remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school. So wearing all black, boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. With that being said, Majin, which means to stand. And of Israel, we're going to get one courtesy salute, which means Brother Majin Shabbat. Majin, the rock.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Brakatham.
Star was next turn. You know what I'm saying? Sisters. Gonna be the sisters one courtesy salute, men of Israel, the Majin Shabbat. Majin, the rock.
Yahweh Shema Alatham Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah.
Yes, the towers meet hands down, class dismissed.
Sign Christ.